All right, so we're gonna do another warm up to kind of help us get us ready for today's lesson. So again, here we're gonna multiply. So I am going to be distributing in this term on the outside. So this 1/2 x squared y. So both of my terms are gonna get multiplied by 1/2 x squared y. And then remember, I'm going to multiply my numbers together. So 1/2 times 6 is 3. X squared times x is x cubed. And y times y is y squared. 1/2 times 8 is 4. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. And y to the first times y squared is y to the third. So then we're going to simplify some of our expressions here. So remembering that I can't have any negative exponents if I want my expression to be in its simplest form. So here on number 2, when I have negative 2x all to the negative 4, remember that means each term gets raised to the negative 4 power. And then both of these things would move to the bottom, right? So then I get of my denominator. So I'd get 1 over negative 2 to the 4th times x to the 4th, which if I simplified all that way would become 1 over 16 to the x to the 4th. Then remember here, I'm going to do some division property things. So remember, when I have a division property, I can subtract my exponents. So x squared divided by x, I can subtract those exponents to get x to the first. Y to the negative fifth divided by y to the first becomes y to the negative second. 0, z to the first over z to the 0 is z to the 1. And remember, I am going to have to move this y to the negative sixth down to my denominator, so I get x z over y to the sixth. And then here, I'm going to simplify. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that power of negative 4 to each term, so I get x to the negative 8, y to the negative 12, because I'll be raising that power to a power over 2 times x to the negative 1. Then I can use my division property. X to the negative 8 divided by x to the negative 1 becomes x to the negative 7. And then I sell that y to the negative 12 over 2. And then both of these terms move to the bottom. So I end up with 1 over 2x to the 7th, y to the 12th. All right, so today what we're going to talk about is we're going to continue our discussion of multiplying polynomials. But today we're going to talk about, because yesterday we discussed when I just take a monomial times a polynomial that has more than one term. So today we're going to talk about what happens when I take a polynomial that has 2 terms times another polynomial that has 2 terms, or even some bigger polynomials than that. So we're going to kind of look into this today. So let's get started. All right, so when I multiply polynomials together, so here I have x to the third, x plus 3 times x plus 2. We would call both of these, we could call these binomials because they're both made up of 2 terms. And what I'm actually going to do when I multiply these together is I'm going to do what I would call the double distributive property, or I'm going to basically distribute more than once. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to take both of these terms here in my first set of parentheses in my first polynomial and multiply them to every term in my second set of parentheses or my second polynomial. So I'm basically going to take x times x and x times 2. Okay, and then I'm also going to take 3 times x and 3 times 2. So basically, as you can see, it's still the double, we are still distributing, but we're just doing it twice. So I know here, let's walk through that again, just so that we can see it. So like I said, I'm taking each term here and multiplying it by the terms in the second set of parentheses. So I'm going to take x times x, and then I'm going to take x times 2. Then I do that again with the 3. So I'm going to multiply both of them by 3. So I get 3 times x and 3 times 2. Then I can multiply all of those together x times x is, of course, x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 2 is 6. Then I can combine like terms to finish simplifying, because I can combine that 2x and the 3x. I get x squared plus 5x plus 6 as my final answer. Okay, so that's kind of basically what we're going to be doing today, is basically we're going to be distributing, but more than one. So it's kind of familiar, but we're going to have a lot more steps. I'm going to move to this example here, this s plus 4 times s minus 2, just because it's kind of similar to the ones we just did. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take s times the s term times both of those. So I take s times s, and then I take s times negative 2. Then I take 4 times s and 4 times negative 2. And I'm going to put parentheses around that negative 2 so we don't lose, just so we don't lose that negative sign. So I have 4 times s and then 4 times negative 2. Hey, s times s is s squared. S times negative 2 is negative 2s. 4 times s is 4s, and then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Then again, I'm going to combine like terms, so I get s squared plus 2s minus 8. Okay? Then I can do the same thing when I have more exponents. I just have to make sure I multiply my exponent terms together. So like here, I can take 8m times m squared and 8m times 3m. I just kind of have to remember my rules for when I multiply things together that have exponents. And again, I'm going to put parentheses around that just so we don't lose the negative side. Then I'm going to take negative n times m squared plus, we're out of room here, negative n times negative 3n. 8m, there would be a 1, right? 8 times 1 is 8. M squared times m squared is 4. M to the 4th. Here, 8 times 3 is negative 24. And then I just have m squared n, since I don't have anything to multiply. There's a 1 in front of that. That just becomes 1m squared n plus 3n squared for the negative n times times 3n. Then I can combine like terms. I get 8m to the 4th minus 25m squared n plus 3n squared. Alright, I want you to go ahead and try this last problem, because you've seen 3 problems worked out, all of the different types. So I want you to go ahead and try that problem and see how far you can get. Alright, so on this problem, right, we're still going to do our double distribute properly. So I'm going to take 2 times a, or 2a times a, excuse me, and then I'm going to take 2a times 4b squared. And then I'm going to take negative b squared times a, and then negative b squared times 4b squared. 2a times a is 2a squared. 2a times 4b squared, 2 times 4 is 8, and then I get ab squared because I multiply those together. This is a negative 1, so this becomes a negative 1 ab squared. There's a negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. B times b squared is b to the 3rd. And then I can combine my like terms. I get 2a squared plus 7ab squared minus 4b to the 3rd. Alright, so you're going to have to make a slight change on your note sheet. Originally this said x plus 3 to the 3rd power. I changed it to the 2nd power just because the 3rd power was a little bit hard for what we're trying to do here. So we're just going to change it to the 2nd power. Okay, so this is just another type of multiplying problem, but you're going to have to kind of think a little bit about it. So I want you to think about, in your head, what did it mean when I said x squared? If I asked you to write that out in terms of multiplication, hopefully you're thinking, well, I know that means x times x. Okay? Well, the same thing is true here. When I have x plus 3 squared, this just means I'm taking x plus 3 times x plus 3. Okay? And then I can multiply them together like I just did on the previous slide, right? I can take x times x, which I know is x squared. I can take x times 3, which is 3x, 3 times x, which is 3x, and then 3 times 3, which is 9, and then combine my like terms. I get x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, so this is all about kind of recognizing that, hey, that squared just means I'm multiplying this thing times itself, and I can now know how to multiply these two binomials together. Why don't you try on your own x minus 4 all to the squared power? Hey, hopefully you recognize that x minus 4 squared is just x minus 4 times x minus 4. And now I can multiply them together like this last example. I can take x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And then negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. I can combine like terms, and I get x squared minus 8x plus 16 as my final answer. All right, we can also do this. We can multiply a binomial, since it has two terms, by what we would call this would be here, what we call a trinomial, because it has 3 terms. And again, we are still just going to distribute to all of the terms. We just have one extra term to distribute to. Okay, so like here, I'm going to take, to multiply this, I'm going to take x times x squared. I'm going to take x times 4x. I'm going to take x times negative 6. Then I'm going to take negative 5 times x squared. And I'm going to take negative 5 times 4x. And I'm going to take negative 5 times negative 6. Now I'm just going to multiply all these together. X times x squared is x to the third. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. Negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times 4x is a negative 20x. Negative 5 times negative 6 is a positive 30. Then I can combine like terms, right? I can combine the 4x and the negative 5x. I can combine the negative 6x and the negative 20x to get x cubed. 4x squared minus 5x squared is negative 1x squared. Negative 20x minus 20x is negative 26x. And then I have my plus 30. All right. I'm going to let you try one of those on your own. Okay, so step it out, work through your steps, write out as many steps as you need. Okay, just trying to get as far as you can in terms of answering this problem on your own. All right, so we're going to just distribute, right? In this case, we're going to distribute, we call it triple distribution, I guess. So I take 3x times x to the third. I take 3x times negative 4x squared. I take 3x times negative 7. Then I'm going to take 1 times x to the third. I'm going to take 1 times negative 4x squared. I'm going to take 1 times negative 7. Now I can multiply them. 3x times x to the third is 3x to the fourth. 3x times negative 4x squared is negative 12x to the third. 3x times negative 7 is negative 21x. 1 times 3x, or x to the third, excuse me, is obviously 1x to the third. 1 times negative 4x squared is negative 4x squared. And then 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. And then here I only have one set of like terms to combine. That's that 12x cubed and 1x cubed. So my final answer is 3x to the fourth. 12x cubed plus, or negative 12x cubed plus 1x cubed is negative 11x cubed. And then I'm going to put it in standard form. So the next term I'm going to put is my negative 4x squared. And I'm going to put negative 21x minus 7. Alright, so here are some final problems I want you to decide, or to try on your own, just to kind of wrap it up. Again, you will see the solutions worked out on the board or on the screen once you have finished and need to check your answers.